according to a summary of conclusions from an agency-wide after-action study issued Thursday. President Joe Biden's administration blamed President Donald Trump for the disorderly departure of American forces from Afghanistan in the summer of 2021. The 12-page summary paper makes no overt admissions of errors. Nonetheless, it accepts important lessons learned subsequently, such as the need of evaluating residents and allies as quickly as possible. It also highlights information that offered too optimistic estimates of the security situation and adds that Biden accepted the advice of his military chiefs in carrying out the pullout. Overall, the summary's main depiction is of a challenging situation made more difficult by Trump's acts while in office, such as signing an agreement with the Taliban forcing U.S. soldiers to leave by May 2021. Pentagon were also sent to Congress on Thursday, meeting the White House's promise to release the material following the brutal and chaotic departure, which included a horrific attack at Kabul International Airport that killed 13 U.S. personnel. In remarks outlining the report's summary, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby backed Biden's choice to withdraw and emphasized the administration's actions since taking office. Despite being limited in his options, President Biden led a deliberate, rigorous, and inclusive decision-making process that was responsive to facts on the ground. He was very focused on the importance of proper planning, Kirby added. He denied that the pullout was disorderly. "I just didn't see it for all the talk of chaos," he remarked. The report states that decisions made by Trump's administration severely constrained Biden's choices for exit. According to the report, Biden inherited a scenario in which the Taliban were in their strongest military position since 2001, controlling or contesting nearly half of the country. The story highlights Trump's 2020 agreement with the Taliban, claiming that it constrained Biden's choices for removing American forces. Kirby also said that the Trump administration gave little information or intelligence about the Afghanistan situation to the incoming Biden team. "The first lesson learned here is that transitions are important, and the incoming administration didn't get much of one," Kirby explained. In response to the summary results, a Trump official stated, "Biden and his administration are attempting to gaslight the American people for their disastrous withdrawal in Afghanistan, which directly resulted in American deaths and emboldened the terrorists." The summary vehemently supports Biden's decision to order a total pullout, which he has argued is vital to finish Afghanistan's 20-year battle. There were no indications that more time, more funds, or more Americans at risk in Afghanistan would have resulted in a fundamentally different trajectory, according to the report. Much of the confusion surrounding the pullout stemmed from attempts to remove Americans and Afghans who had aided the fighting effort, especially interpreters. One of the most harrowing photographs from the period showed desperate Afghans clinging to an American jet as it lifted off, only to plummet to their deaths. To facilitate departures early in other scenarios, "We now prioritize earlier evacuations when faced with a degrading security situation," the report says, citing the Ukraine war as an example of an earlier evacuation. Similarly, the government will seek to emphasize the hazards of remaining in dangerous situations more forcefully. "In a destabilizing security environment, we are now erring on the side of aggressive risk communication," the report states. Following the departure of U.S. soldiers from Afghanistan, a number of government agencies performed evaluations. Their publication was originally scheduled for the one-year anniversary of the pullout, but was postponed until the agencies finished their work. According to CNN, the after-action study was commissioned by the National Defense University. The NDU is sponsored by the Defense Department, although officials have described the study as independent. The Afghan government crumbled after the U.S. pullout in August 2021, and the Taliban quickly reclaimed power. A blast near Kabul International Airport's Abbey Gate killed 13 U.S. servicemen, including 11 Marines, 1 soldier, and 1 sailor, as well as about 170 Afghans. President Joe Biden directed the investigations to identify what went wrong. "We're going to look at everything from top to bottom," he stated. Republicans have begun investigating the Afghanistan withdrawal since taking control of the U.S. House of Representatives, requesting documents and communications as part of their investigation.